Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Ekalio, and this video will be on this video right here. It's a situation of what is considered unjust in this world, unjust judgment, right? Where our people are suffering and are being treated differently than these other nations, especially these so-called white people. But the reason for that is, one, we're under the curses, right, spoken about in the book of Deuteronomy, okay? And then the so-called white man, who are the Edomites, whose forefather is Esau, we're in their kingdom, right? We're subject to them, okay? So with that as well, the Edomites, whose forefather is Esau, they have a perpetual hatred for us, the Israelites. All right, going back to the book of Genesis, right? Jacob and Esau, when Jacob supplanted Esau and received the blessing, which was all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemishai, right? And Esau became upset about that, and he said that he would slay his brother Jacob, and then Jacob had to be sent away. This same spirit is upon the Edomites, all right? And then, to add to that, the Edomites, they are the nation of the wicked, right? So they don't have any kind of fair and balanced judgment coming from them, okay? Especially not towards our people, right? Now, they will obviously show favoritism to their own people because those are their people. Edomites are going to show favoritism to Edomites in this Edomite kingdom. That's just how it is, all right? But the curses are upon us, right? And that's why we're suffering, okay? In Deuteronomy chapter 28, it lets us know what's up, all right? And verse 1, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power. Right? And then we go to verse 15. All right. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Right? So the long list of curses from verse 16 all the way down to verse 68, right? And then there's a curse spoken about in the book of Haggai as well that is upon us, right? All of these curses our people are suffering under. And in one of them, right? Well, in many of them, okay? Let's see, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 43, the stranger, talking about the heathen, that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, right? So the heathen are above us. Literally, the nation of Israel, right? Us, we're at the absolute bottom, and you can see that when you look at how the world is and how we're treated, right? We're at the absolute bottom of the totem pole, right? And the heathen are above us, starting with the so-called white man, right? The Edomites, right? Because especially this is their kingdom, so they are at the highest level, okay? And he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail, right? So especially the so-called white men, these Edomites, they're at the head. So they, in their kingdom, they're able to do whatever it is that they want to do when it comes to passing judgment upon our people. And yes, it is always unfair because we're dealing with the wicked, right? It always is unfair. The same situation that a so-called black man and a so-called white man could be in, the same exact situation, the so-called white man, it is so unfair that the so-called white man can be completely pardoned for the same exact thing for the so-called black man did, and that so-called black man could be unalived or executed or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That is how unbalanced this Edomite is. But you must understand that we're suffering under the curses. So we have to suffer these things until Yahushua returns. All right? It is just what it is, man. All right? And the curses, they say that, and they shall be upon thee, verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, right? So that's how we know that we're the Israelites, because we're suffering under the curses. I know the nation is suffering under these curses, right? And I know this by faith, okay? Faith in the scriptures, faith in Yahweh Shemishai, right? Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. And who are our enemies, right? In Psalms 83, it lists the enemies, right? So it says Psalms 83, and I'll start at verse 2. I'll start at verse 1. A song of Psalm or Asaph, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, Bashemishai, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh Shemishai, for lo, thine enemies, right? Thine enemies, okay, make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So these heathen, they're against Yahweh Shemishai, and such were the Lord's holy chosen people, so they're automatically against us, right? Right? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, the Israelites, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And, they did that to us. You know what I'm saying? They stole our heritage from us, made us believe that we're something else other than we're not. But that's a part of the deception that the Edomites cast upon the earth. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, right? These heathen are all confederate, man, against the Israelites, us. The tabernacles of Edom, the so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, the Arabs, so-called, of Moab, which is the so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes, Jabal and Ammon being the so-called Japanese, right? And let me reiterate if I misspoke. The Moab is the so-called Chinese, and Amalek, which is the so-called white man, who are the Edomites, right? So Edom and Amalek is the head tribe of Edom, right? And they're mentioned twice, okay, which goes to show you how much of an enemy they are to Yahweh Shemishai and to the Israelites. All right, so all of these heathen are above us, right? So going back to Deuteronomy 28, and I was at about 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And we're still in captivity, right? In the book of Baruch, right? Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be for a reproach and a curse, right? And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power, right? It is our fault, right, for being in this position, okay? Because we went off, right? And all of this was all orchestrated by the will of Yahweh Shemishai for the Israelites to go off. But then for a portion of Israelites, which are in this time the elect of the nation of Israel, to wake up in the land of our captivities, right? And to praise the name of Yahweh Shemishai and to return to the Lord, all right, by way of our mind, okay? Because we're not going to be perfect in the law, okay? Because we're in the chains of darkness, this flesh. So it's that consciousness towards Yahweh Shemishai that does make us perfect. It's that faith in Yahweh Shemishai, right? Okay, so the elect have woken up and are waking up, right? But we're yet this day in our captivity, all right? And then in verse 49, the Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, right? A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old nor shew favor to the young. And they don't care about us, man. These heathen don't care about us, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, especially them. They have a perpetual hatred for us, man. And you will find no justice here. This isn't our kingdom. This isn't the kingdom of Yahweh Shemishai. So you're not going to get any kind of justice, especially with the wicked ruling. No, man, they seek to destroy our people, man. They have a perpetual hatred for us. All right? Right? In Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1, the Lord lets us know. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And Mount Seir is referring to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, the Edomites, the so-called white people, I am against thee, and will stretch out mine hand against thee. So the Lord is against them, the Edomites, okay? And I'll make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So the Edomites are going to receive their judgment, man. And we know the judgment that's coming for them when Yahushua returns. Okay, let me reiterate. Let me say that one more time. When Yahushua returns, Yahushua, you can read Isaiah chapter 63, I believe, when it says, who is this that comes with dyed garments from Basra? Yahushua is going to take these Edomites out of rulership. He's going to establish the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And he's going to judge the Edomites and the rest of the heathen. And as it says in Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the wisdom and patience of the saints, right? So, as it is written in the scriptures, so it shall be done. And then there is a further judgment for the nation of Edom after the 1,000 years, which is in the book of Obadiah, verse 18. It also talks about it in the book of Job and in the book of Jeremiah, which says, prepare, you can read it yourself, okay? So these are the judgments that are coming for Esau, Edom. But in the interim right now, right, we're still under the curses and we're still subject to them, and this is their kingdom. So we are going to be facing such things, such as what this person is going to talk about.
Y'all, I am so upset this morning. I woke up to the news that Missouri's Governor Mike Parson has commuted the sentence of a police officer, Eric DeVaconeer, who was convicted of unaliving an unarmed 26-year-old black man, Cameron Lamb. So, y'all, the ex-cop Eric DeVaconeer's wife requested that her husband be released. And Governor Mike Parson said, yeah, let's do it. Let's get him home by Christmas, after only spending a year and 2 months in prison. If you guys remember, this is the same governor who refused to stop the execution of Marcellus Williams. People from across our nation were signing petitions, begging Governor Mike Parson to stop the execution. No one was asking for him to get out of jail so he could be home for Christmas like this cop. And Mike Parson said, nope. This is the two Americas, y'all. And these people are they're emboldened under Trump. And sadly, it's probably only going to get worse.
Yes, it is, because the time of Jacob's trouble, which is a part of Bible prophecy, a time like never before upon us as a nation, is coming. So things are indeed going to get worse before Yahushua returns. But yeah, man, I mean, this is just how it is. You know, she says, I have no words, because she's like in a state of shock because our people, are so accustomed to these injustices upon us, but we're dealing with the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man. This is what they are. Let me see. Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Right, the wicked man, the so-called white man, is in rulership. They're the wicked. They don't have anything to do with the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shemishai. So they will always be unfair in their judgments, especially towards our people, man. All right, because they don't. These are not the. They claim to be the Lord's holy chosen people, but they're not the Lord's holy chosen people. They're the wicked, so they do everything contrary, right? So even in a situation where it is a clear judgment to make a proper judgment, and obviously as well, let me make this clear: our people, the 2/3 up in America, and the wicked unbelieving around the rest of the world of our people are committing all kinds of vile, abominable things and doing all kinds of things, and are taking on to the same ways of the heathen, and are doing all kinds of messed up stuff. So Yahweh Shemishai is judging our people, which is a righteous judgment. All right, but also we will face these kinds of situations where the so-called white man is above us right now in this world because they're ruling. Okay, that's just how it is because of the curses. So that's just all it is, man. Okay, but the word of Yahweh Shemishai has come out onto the nation of Israel, and has told the nation of Israel by way of their prophets to turn from your wickedness and to turn towards Yahweh Shemishai, right? Because we're in this situation and we cannot deliver ourselves out of this situation. There's nothing we can do here on earth, you know what I'm saying, to deliver ourselves out of this situation, right? It is Yahweh Shemishai that will deliver us out of the situation. It is Yahweh Shai, when he returns, that will deliver us out of the situation. In Deuteronomy 28 verse 68, it says, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again, into bondage again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So we know that this curse, we've had to face this curse, the slave trade and all of that. We know that history, right? But it says that, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, the same enemies, all the heathen, especially the Edomites, the so-called white man at the top, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, right? Because we're redeemed by Yahushai. So it is when Yahushai returns that we will be delivered, and this is the message that we're telling you. Because if and this, of course, only the elect will be able to receive it, but the messages that we're telling you, all of these things, this information about the curses, the situation that we're in, the salvation, the promises, everything, right? And you reject this knowledge. So you're going to continue to be feeling some type of way about these types of things happening, okay? Which it is supposed to be happening because we're under the curses. We went off and we're under the curses. So with wisdom and knowledge comes understanding and a certain level of peace of mind when you see these things occur. Now, of course, it does not feel good that the wicked is continues to do this stuff to us, but it is a part of the story, and it is a part of the will of Yahweh. It is the will of Yahweh Shemishai. So it is just how it is. And we know that when it is that Yahushua returns, all things are going to be set correctly. All things are going to be renewed, right? And that is the faith that the hopefully elect of the nation of Israel hold on to. All right, so yeah, man. The time is coming where Esau, Edom will no longer be able to do these things to us, and we will be living in our kingdom, and the law, statutes, and commandments will be established, but not until Yahushua returns to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, so we must face these things, and Jacob's trouble is coming, so things are going to get much worse, much, much, much worse. All right, and all of this is a sign of the end of the kingdom of the Edomites. So we're getting closer to that, man. Okay, but if you don't repent unto Yahweh Shemishai, you're through. You don't have no chance for salvation, and salvation is only for the Israelites. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Kodesh. Shalom.